The year is 1872, and in a small town in Norway, a boy named Roald Amundsen is born. This boy would grow up to become one of the greatest explorers the world has ever known. This is his story, a tale of adventure, determination, and the relentless pursuit of the unknown. Roald Amundsen was born on July 16, 1872, in Borge, Norway, into a family with a strong maritime tradition. His father was a shipowner, and his mother, though she wished for him to become a doctor, couldn't keep him away from the call of the sea and the allure of the polar regions. From a young age, Roald was captivated by the tales of Arctic explorers. He would spend hours reading about the heroic exploits of Sir John Franklin and others, imagining himself braving the icy wilderness. His dreams of exploration were fostered by his uncle, a ship captain who regaled him with stories of the sea. Despite his mother's wishes, Roald abandoned his medical studies after her death and dedicated himself entirely to becoming an explorer. He trained rigorously, enduring harsh conditions to prepare his body for the extreme cold and physical demands of polar expeditions. Amundsen's resolve was unshakable. He would spend hours outside in freezing temperatures, testing his endurance and acclimating to the cold. Amundsen's first taste of true exploration came when he joined the Belgian Antarctic expedition in 1897 as first mate. The expedition, led by Adrien de Gerlache, was the first to overwinter in Antarctica after their ship became trapped in ice. The crew faced months of perpetual darkness, extreme cold, and isolation. Amundsen's resilience was tested to its limits, but he thrived in the harsh conditions, learning invaluable lessons about survival and leadership in polar environments. Determined to lead his own expeditions, Amundsen set his sights on the Northwest Passage, a treacherous route through the Arctic that had claimed many lives. In 1903, aboard the small sloop Gjøa, Amundsen and his crew embarked on a mission to navigate this elusive passage. The expedition was fraught with danger. They faced towering icebergs, unpredictable weather, and the constant threat of becoming trapped in the ice. After 3 years of hardship, navigating perilous ice-covered waters and enduring brutal Arctic winters, Amundsen successfully traversed the Northwest Passage, achieving a feat that had eluded explorers for centuries. This accomplishment solidified his reputation as a formidable explorer. With the Northwest Passage conquered, Amundsen turned his attention to an even greater prize, the South Pole. Initially, he planned to head to the North Pole, but upon hearing that both Frederick Cook and Robert Peary claimed to have reached it, he redirected his ambitions southward. In 1910, Amundsen secretly prepared his ship, the Fram, for an Antarctic expedition, not revealing his true destination until they were well at sea. His crew was stunned, but their trust in Amundsen's leadership kept morale high. Amundsen's strategy for reaching the South Pole was meticulous. He learned from the Inuit during his Arctic explorations, adopting their use of dog sleds and fur clothing, which proved crucial in the extreme cold. His preparations were thorough. He selected only the best men for his team, ensuring they were physically fit and mentally resilient. Amundsen also paid great attention to the smallest details, from the type of food they would carry to the design of their equipment. On October 19, 1911, Amundsen and his team set out from their base camp at the Bay of Whales. They faced a journey of over 1,400 kilometers across the Ross ice shelf, up the Axel Heiberg Glacier, and onto the Antarctic Plateau. The conditions were brutal. Temperatures plummeted to -40 degrees Celsius, and blizzards could strike without warning. Each day was a test of endurance and willpower. The men battled through whiteouts, their progress slowed by deep snow and hidden crevasses. The dogs, vital to their success, were pushed to their limits, pulling heavy sleds laden with supplies. Amundsen's leadership was crucial. He maintained a strict routine, ensuring the men were well fed and rested, and he constantly monitored their health and morale. As they climbed the Axel Heiberg Glacier, the team's physical and mental stamina were tested to the extreme. The steep, icy slopes and thin air made every step a struggle. Yet Amundsen's meticulous planning paid off. He had cached supplies along the route, reducing the weight they had to carry and ensuring they had enough food and fuel for the return journey. On December 14, 1911, after 57 days of relentless effort, Amundsen and his team reached the South Pole. They planted the Norwegian flag and left a note for their British rivals, led by Robert Falcon Scott, who were still en route. The triumph was not without cost. The return journey was fraught with danger, but Amundsen's careful planning ensured their safe return. The men were exhausted, frostbitten, and emaciated, but they had achieved the seemingly impossible. Upon their return to Norway, Amundsen and his team were hailed as heroes. Their achievement was celebrated worldwide, and Amundsen's meticulous planning and execution were widely praised. However, the glory was tinged with sorrow when news arrived of Robert Falcon Scott's tragic fate. Scott and his team had reached the South Pole only to find Amundsen's flag, and they perished on the return journey. Amundsen's fame brought both accolades and challenges. He struggled with financial difficulties, as funding for his expeditions was always precarious. Despite this, his spirit remained unbroken. He continued to push the boundaries of exploration, constantly seeking new challenges. Amundsen's next great ambition was to conquer the North Pole. In 1926, he achieved this goal by flying over the pole in the airship Norge, designed by the Italian engineer Umberto Nobile. This expedition was another testament to Amundsen's innovative spirit and his willingness to embrace new technologies in his quest for exploration. The flight over the North Pole was fraught with danger. The Norge faced severe weather conditions, and the risk of mechanical failure was ever present. Amundsen's leadership and experience were crucial in navigating these challenges, and the successful crossing was hailed as a major milestone in polar exploration. Amundsen's later years were marked by personal and financial struggles. Despite his fame, he faced ongoing challenges in securing funding for his expeditions. Yet, his passion for exploration never waned. In 1928, while attempting to rescue a fellow explorer, Umberto Nobile, who had crashed in the Arctic, Amundsen disappeared. His plane was lost, and despite extensive searches, he was never found, presumed to have perished in the icy wilderness he had dedicated his life to exploring. Roald Amundsen's life was one of extraordinary achievement and relentless pursuit of the unknown. His legacy is a testament to human courage, endurance, and the unyielding desire to explore the farthest reaches of our planet. From his early days in Norway to his final mysterious disappearance, Amundsen's story continues to inspire adventurers and explorers around the world. His journey reminds us that the spirit of exploration is an integral part of the human condition, driving us to discover, to push boundaries, and to achieve the seemingly impossible. Roald Amundsen's name will forever be etched in the annals of history, a symbol of the triumph of the human spirit against the most formidable of odds. Amundsen's meticulous planning, his ability to learn from other cultures, and his unyielding determination set him apart as one of the greatest explorers of all time. His story is not just one of adventure and discovery, but also of the resilience and perseverance needed to overcome the harshest challenges. Roald Amundsen's life and legacy continue to inspire, reminding us that with careful preparation and unwavering resolve, we can achieve greatness in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds.